to another video of the Swiss Riviera Toastmasters Club. I'm Marcelo Fernandez and I'm very happy today because I have a big contributor to the Toastmasters community. Let's give a big applause to Helen. Helen, how are you? How are you doing?
Thanks, Marcelo. Wow, a big contribution. I feel a little bit embarrassed. I'm not sure what that contribution is, but thank you for speaking with me today.
It's a big pleasure because we really like it how you organize the whole contest on the foreign language contest, but we will get into that. Probably the first question that will come to my mind will be, how did you learn of Toastmasters in the first place?
Well, I learned about Toastmasters a very, very, very long time ago. Both my parents were Toastmasters back in New Zealand, and they, especially my dad, competed even up to the district level and was a leader, took many roles, and both of them founded multiple clubs and things. So my earliest memories of Toastmasters was being babysat by various teenagers of the time with my brothers and sisters, because my parents were always out at Toastmasters. And I remember in particular going to some of their meetings and being so impressed by it all. And then I'd sort of forgotten about Toastmasters. My parents moved on from that. They didn't have much time for it after a while. And then a few years ago, I was sort of looking professionally, what am I going to do? What do I want to do more of? And I came up with public speaking or presentations, which I've always enjoyed. And I thought, I should do some training in that. And then I thought, better than training is Toastmasters. So I had a look and I found a couple of clubs in Geneva. And then I found one even closer to home in Nyon. And so I went to my first meeting in January 2015 and loved it immediately. National supportive group, and joined up immediately and was pretty much immediately roped in of education of all things. And that was, 5 years ago now, and I've loved my club since then. I've held lots of different leadership roles in the club, including president and currently the VP of membership. I've also competed in up to the district level in table topics, and I came second in evaluation last year at the district level as well. So it's been a roller coaster ride of fun and opportunities and amazing community here in Swiss Romand Toastmasters. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what it's going to bring me to next.
Totally. So we can even say that you are a baby Toastmasters almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could.
We could. Thank you very much. And it's actually that direction that we would like to go forward in this conversation, because you were one of the volunteers. And when I said I'm a great contributor to the Toastmasters community here in Swiss Romand and also in the division level, is because you were organizer of the language contest, and we are all very happy that you took that role because it went magnificent. I can tell you that my experience, as well as the experience of many other people, was really wow, as we say in French, chapeau bas. It was perfect for the first time that we organized that online, which was a whole challenge.
I think we were partly lucky because people took up the challenge, and then we had a variety of languages and a variety of speeches. And then otherwise, it's for any contest chair or any event, in fact, it's all in the preparation. So as long as you're clear with the instructions and you do the briefings in advance and you provide as much information as you can, then on the day, everything should go smoothly. Or if it doesn't, you should be able to deal with any issues on the day.
Yeah, totally. I think that it was very well structured, and contingency plans were a bit everywhere. I can see that. And it was really nice to see that.
Bastien was amazing in organizing that conference. I mean, his unlimited energy and organization skills and the team that he brought together, that's really thanks to him.
Yeah, it was really well done. And thanks to everybody that volunteered. He could have done that.
Oh, yes, that's true.
And what was the most challenging part that you find in this whole organization of the contest?
I think it was basically not knowing what we were going to get or if anyone would be interested. So as we were building the agenda for the day, we had to estimate how many how many contestants we would have. And in the end, we had about as many as we had hoped for, but then we had some extra people who wanted to join afterwards. And unfortunately, I had to be really strict with the deadlines because other contests happened before and after, so there wasn't much wriggle room. So that's one thing that was a bit challenging. And then one thing that I'm thinking about now is I wonder how the judges found it. It'd be really interesting to talk to some of those, probably find out who they were, and just see what it was like for them, because it's quite a different experience to judging a speech that is not in your own language.
It's an excellent idea. I was not thinking about that, but you know, we are going to have that video here in the channel for sure. That's my promise.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it will come. Don't worry for that. It's really, I'm taking that one on. Helen, also on the fun part, which part of the contest or which part of the whole division contest that we have, which part did you like the most?
For the whole day, you mean, or just the language of choice?
From the whole day.
You know, I was really not sure how a whole day of Toastmasters online competition would go. And I was amazed at how I just wanted to stay online, because originally I said, oh, well, I'll pop in and out and things. And I think the way that was built, and it wasn't just we move what would usually be in person online, we really adapted it so that people could come in and out and it wasn't intensive 8 hours. And what I loved about it was the variety. So you had networking opportunities, which I really wasn't sure about, but they worked beautifully. I met some lovely people from, I think I met a woman from Austria and a couple of other people who I didn't know, another guy that I know already, little chat, and then you go back into the big room. Or for example, the dance warm-up. I think it worked really well because everyone, well, it was well organized, as you've already said, but also all the Toastmasters who were online got into it. And I think that's with any event, that's definitely the case, but especially online. So I loved the energy and the variety, and I didn't feel bored like I thought I would be staring at my computer all day. I really felt connected and part of something.
Yes, totally. I remember doing my exercises in the morning, and then when I joined before the contest, they were having the fitness. So not the fitness, the salsa lessons or something like that. the Zumba, I think it was Zumba.
Zumba, yeah.
Exactly.
Really good.
Really like that part. It was an excellent concept, and thank you for helping on the whole organization, Helen. And well, maybe closing a little bit the video. Last question, because you know, maybe the successor of this adventure of the language of contest will be watching this video. Do you have any tips and tricks for this person that comes to your mind?
Well, I have one major tip for the contest chair or the organizers, and another one for the contestants. So the one for the contest chair would be organize it earlier. I think we could have had many more competitors if they had had more time. Now, there were different reasons why it was a little bit late and things, and then we had the whole COVID situation. But I think knowing already at the club level, even if you don't do the contest, but already knowing at the club level that there was going to be this contest, I think more people could have got engaged and we could have made it into an even bigger event. And then for the contestants, I think you have to think of this speech differently. You can't just adapt any old speech. If you've got people, the audience or the judges who are listening to you who probably don't know your language, you need to use everything else you've got. Your body language, your voice, your facial expressions, all of that, and you need to pick the right speech to do that. Not every speech can really feel like they understand what you're saying, which is really the trick.
Totally true. Totally true. It is really difficult to make a speech knowing that the judge is not going to understand probably anything of it. It's totally true. And thank you very much for all these comments. Helen, thank you very, very much for your time, for your contribution to the community, and for making that experience of the contest wonderful. Thank you very much, Helen.
You're welcome, Marcelo. Thanks so much.
And for all of you looking today to this video, as Helen said, we have one more idea, which will be asking one of the judges how they felt about this experience. That's one idea. And also, you heard about Bastian's name. And that's also in the agenda. So more will be coming, especially this week. Stay tuned. We will be soon back. Thank you.